There's no sugarcoating it. When it comes to learning the ropes of life, Sigma males have a bit of a head start. By nature, they're problem solvers and survivors, capable of adapting to any situation. But sometimes that very strength can work against them, leading them to make some mistakes along the way that they wish they could take back. If you're like most Sigma men, you've learned some hard lessons the hard way, but it's never too late to pick up some new wisdom and apply it to your life. Here are 9 valuable lessons some Sigma males learned too late in life. Number 1. Being afraid to be different. Being different is not the same as being weird. Sigma males are often different from other guys, and for a long time, that difference made them feel like outcasts. Instead of trying to change who they are, some Sigma's men should embrace their differences as strengths. After all, one of the qualities that makes them unique is exactly what attracts strong, independent women. It's often said that there's strength in numbers, and while there's certainly some truth to that, it's not always the case. In fact, sometimes it pays to be different. Think about it this way. When everyone is doing the same thing, it's easy for someone to blend in and go unnoticed. But if you're different, you tend to stand out. Depending on your perspective, that can be a good or bad thing. Some people see being different as a negative thing, as they feel like it makes them weird or strange. But the truth is, being different isn't a bad thing. It can be an asset to have in this world of sheep. A mature Sigma male uses his uniqueness to his advantage and tends to be more successful than his peers. So don't be afraid to be different. It just might be the best thing you ever do. Of course, being different doesn't mean you should act like a total weirdo. There's a difference between acting out of the ordinary and throwing all convention to the wind. If you want people to take your unique attributes seriously, do yourself a favor and don't go too far with it. Find ways to capitalize on your uniqueness without going over the top. Number 2. Overthinking is not always a good thing. Most Sigma males have an analytical mind, which can be great in certain situations. For example, it can help them make good decisions or solve complex problems. But sometimes, their tendency to overthink things can work against them and lead to poor choices or negative consequences. Overthinking can also cause unnecessary stress and worry when there's no real cause for concern. And later, when things don't work out the way they'd imagined, it can lead to feelings of regret and disappointment. Some Sigma men need to learn how to strike a balance between using their brain power for good and expelling too much energy on worrying about things that won't actually happen. To help yourself stay focused and avoid overthinking, try some of these tips. Regularly take breaks from your responsibilities to relax and unwind. Go for a walk or read a book if you're feeling stressed out. When faced with a problem, try to break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. That way, you can focus on one thing at a time instead of getting overwhelmed by all the factors involved. If you're prone to worrying about things that might happen, but probably won't, try to talk yourself out of those thoughts and refocus on more productive or positive ones. Overthinking can be a good thing in some situations, but if you're not careful, it can also lead to all kinds of problems. So make sure you don't fall prey to this negative habit. Number 3. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. When it comes to success, there is no such thing as failure, at least not in the traditional sense. That's because every setback and disappointment can be seen as just another learning opportunity, a chance to try again and improve your odds next time around. But this mindset also means taking risks and putting yourself out there, even when you're not 100% sure of the outcome. Sigma males are known for their analytical and problem-solving skills, so it can be hard for some of them to take high risks. But as the saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're always waiting for the perfect moment or opportunity to present itself, you may end up never actually taking any action at all. You need to learn how to embrace uncertainty and approach new challenges with a spirit of curiosity and adventure. Of course, this doesn't mean being reckless or careless. You still need to do your due diligence and make wise, calculated decisions. But you should also be willing to take a leap of faith once in a while, even if it means making mistakes or facing some setbacks along the way. So if you're stuck in a rut or feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges, remember that success comes to those willing to take risks and keep moving forward. So don't be afraid to shoot for the stars and go after your dreams, because you never know what you may achieve if you don't even try. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and take that shot. You may be surprised at what you accomplish. Number 4. Thinking you have no purpose. One of the biggest challenges some Sigmas face in their youth is finding a sense of purpose in life. Whether they are still trying to figure out who they are or struggling with waiting for the right fit to come along, worrying about purpose is a common concern for some Sigmas. But here's the thing. You don't need to have all the answers or feel like you have your life figured out in order to set meaningful goals and pursue your dreams. Many of the world's most successful people have faced periods of uncertainty, confusion, and self-doubt before finding the courage to follow their hearts and go after what they truly want. So if you're struggling with purpose or feeling directionless, it's time to shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do. Instead of agonizing over trying to figure out where you fit in or what your life's purpose is, why not start setting goals and taking action today? If you're still struggling with figuring out what it is that makes you happy or even recognizing your natural strengths, there are plenty of tools and resources available that can help. However, if all else fails and you still feel lost, remember that your sense of purpose doesn't have to be tied to a single calling. Instead, you can pursue multiple passions and follow several different directions. Remember that your goals and dreams can be anything and everything you want them to be. So instead of worrying about what your life's purpose is, why not focus on making memories along the way? Your sense of purpose is what you make it, so choose to be happy about where your goals are taking you. Number 5. Life isn't always fair. Because many Sigma males have a sense of justice and integrity, they often expect life to be fair and just. Yet, no matter how hard they try, the world is often more unpredictable than expected. This can sometimes make them feel frustrated when life isn't the way they imagined it would be, or upset when things don't go their way. But these Sigma males need to realize that although life isn't fair all the time, it's not supposed to be. Our world is a chaotic place where we're constantly thrown into new and unexpected situations that sometimes defy logic or common sense. And although this can leave us feeling frustrated and confused on the outside, it should never prevent us from being ourselves on the inside. So if you're one of those Sigmas who can't seem to understand why life isn't playing by your set of rules, remember that sometimes bad things just happen for no reason at all. And rather than letting it get you down, focus on how you want your life to unfold. You might be surprised by what you discover along the way. Number 6. You're not responsible for how others perceive you. There's no doubt about it. Sigmas are often misunderstood or criticized for being who they are. But what some of these Sigma men fail to realize is that you're not responsible for how others perceive you. Even if someone doesn't accept your views, ideals, preferences, and life choices, this doesn't give them the right to judge you or belittle your beliefs. And while this might be easier said than done, it's critical that you don't allow the opinions or actions of others to affect who you are as a person. Make sure that you continue to stand up for what is important to you and remain true to yourself, no matter how others might react to your choices. If this means wearing what you want or saying how you feel, then go for it. Remember that no one can force you to change who you are on the inside, so don't let anyone else do so either. After all, if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will either. There's a reason why Sigma males are often called the lone wolves of the world, and although it can be a lonely existence at times in this superficial world, it's made up for with peace and freedom. You're only responsible for yourself and how you choose to present yourself. Whether your personality suits quiet reflection or out-of-the-crowd personality, it's what makes you unique. You're not an alpha male, you're a sigma male. So stop caring about what others think. Number 7. Your greatest strengths can become your biggest weaknesses. Although sigma males have a lot of great qualities that make them who they are, they also have some downsides as well. For instance, these men tend to be independent and confident in their abilities, which often leads them to be too hard on themselves when things don't go according to plan. This can also make them reluctant to seek help or support when they need it, which only reinforces the idea that they don't need anyone else. High personal standards and strong determination are great assets, but they can also easily become disadvantages if they aren't balanced with compassion and self-love. To avoid this, you need to understand that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Number 8. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. No matter how talented or skilled you are, if you're not willing to put in the effort and dedication necessary to succeed, you will never achieve your full potential. This is a lesson that sigma males need to learn early on in life if they hope to reach their goals and live up to their full potential. Of course, this doesn't mean you need to be a workaholic and spend every waking hour grinding away at your goals. It simply means that if you want something badly enough, you must prioritize your time and energy toward achieving it. This may mean giving up some party time or sacrificing other distractions to pursue your dreams. Working your way up requires dedication, focus, and tenacity. But if you're willing to put in the work, no amount of talent will be able to hold you back from reaching your goals and becoming the man you've always imagined yourself to be. Number 9. Comparison is the thief of joy. Ever heard of the saying, "Comparison is the thief of joy"? It's a popular quote that rings true for sigma males and many others. We often compare ourselves to others in order to assess our own worth or value. But we don't realize that this practice can make us feel worse about ourselves and prevent us from being truly happy. Many immature sigma men struggle with feelings of insecurity and self-doubt, and often, the comparison is a major cause of these negative emotions. When you compare yourself to other people, you tend to focus on the things that make them different from you. Their appearance, their accomplishments, or their popularity. And it can make you feel like you don't measure up or that you're not good enough. But the truth is, everyone has their own unique strengths and weaknesses, and instead of trying to compete with others, we should focus on our own personal development and work to improve ourselves in our own ways. This can be done by setting and achieving goals, learning new skills and talents, or simply by focusing on the present moment and being grateful for what we have. So if you constantly compare yourself to others, try to shift your focus away from them and onto yourself. There's no point in competing with others because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be our best selves. And that's something to celebrate, not compare ourselves against. Your journey and destination are unique, so don't let comparison steal your joy along the way.